Welcome to Smart Remarks, where, I never wanted you to move into that house, so now I'm going to hold your kids hostage until you agree to move out. What? No? Why won't you negotiate? So if you've been following the ongoing government shutdown, you'll know that the Republicans' big complaint is that Obama and the Democrats just won't negotiate. Hey, the Tea Party GOP is nothing if not reasonable, right? All they want to do is sit down at the table as friends and kill Obamacare. Which is why Obama's not going to negotiate. The Republicans have a laundry list of demands, some of which could actually be met, but their first and foremost demand, is that the individual mandate in Obamacare be delayed by a year, because we all know that when that year was up, the Republicans would say, well, year's up, I guess the individual mandate can go into effect now. Or maybe they wouldn't say that. Maybe they'd gin up another crisis in order to kill this law that they so hate. We are now at the point where we're being governed by crisis. We lurch from crisis to crisis, and the Republican Party pours gasoline on the fires. That's not to say there wouldn't be fires if it weren't for the GOP. We do have too much debt, we do need to slow spending, and we do have structural economic problems we're not serious about solving. I'm on board with any Tea Partier who says this. But if you listen to the rhetoric, there's almost a sense of glee in all this. The government is shut down, and who's even noticed? Isn't that great? Default? Well, that's not such a big deal. Burn, baby, burn. And what you got to understand is they're serious about this. There was a fascinating poll released last week by Democracy Corps. It's a liberal group, but the whole idea was to get inside the head of the Republican base. Evangelicals and Tea Partiers make up more than half the base, so pollsters talked to them about what was going on in the country, and what they found was a sense of existential panic. From the poll, quote, they think they are losing ground and Obama has won his socialist agenda. Obama, quote, is building dependent minorities that will give Democrats a governing majority. Obamacare is the end game for Republicans. Democrats have already built constituencies of dependents based on welfare, unemployment insurance, food stamps, and illegal immigrants. Now add to that the uninsured. And, quote, the problem in D.C. is not gridlock. Obama has won. The problem is Republicans failing to stop him. Go read the poll. You'll come away fascinated as I did, and with one big question. Given that Obama has won re-election twice, given that Democrats hold the Senate, given that the only reason Republicans hold the House is because of gerrymandering, exactly how are Republicans supposed to stop him? How far are they prepared to go? Voter disenfranchisement? Well, we're already seeing that. Nullification? Isn't that what they're attempting to do with Obamacare? But what else? Default? Some conservatives seem to think it's a grand idea and wouldn't be all that big of a deal. But are they willing to go even further than this? And what does that look like? If you feel like the real America has been ripped from your grasp, how far are you going to go to get it back? You think about that for a minute, and you can only come to the conclusion that as dysfunctional as things are now, it's only going to get worse. But I tell you, the cooler heads on the GOP side might want to prevail, because what they're doing amounts to a suicide mission. If they refuse to negotiate, refuse to drop their demands that Obama kill Obamacare, and they trigger a default, what happens if the market tanks, taking America's retirement savings with it? Who do you think Americans are going to blame for that? Are they going to blame the president who refused to, quote-unquote, negotiate his signature legislation, which is now law? Or do you think they're going to blame the party of burn, baby, burn?